It's new machine day today. I'm actually headed up to Huntsville, Alabama to pick up another machine for the shop. Funny thing, and I wasn't planning on buying this machine. This is something that just come available, but I saw this shaper for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and it had been for sale for quite a bit of time. And I think quite a few guys that even saw this. Keith Rucker had even saw it. The seller had posted it over there on his website, I think. But I saw this shaper. It's a 25-inch Smith & Mills, and from the pictures, the shaper looked like it was in very clean condition. You know, it got a nice paint job on it, so obviously you don't know what kind of condition it is internally or mechanically. But from the photos, it looked like a good machine. It wasn't sitting outside rusting away. It didn't have a bunch of damage or missing parts and things like that. So I was very intrigued. So I contacted the seller and left a message. And the owner of the machine called me back, and we had a great conversation. And it turns out he's the owner of a construction company. And the shaper was bought in a group lot from it was an auction lot from a high school, a machine shop at a high school up there, wherever it was at, and it was one of the machines that was included in the lot that they bought. So this machine was part of the lot, and they didn't need it. They've never used it. They never powered it up. But he told me that the people who owned it, the school, said that it was running, it was working. And that's all he knew about it. He didn't know anything else about it, and he thought that it was going to be a working machine. But he got it. Didn't need the machine, so they've had it for about 2 years now. Had it stored in their building, so he's trying to get rid of it. So we worked out what I consider to be a very good deal on this shaper. All right, and I bought it. I just figured I would like this machine. I love shapers, and this is a good opportunity to add another one to my arsenal. So I'm gonna get it. So that's what I'm doing. I've been kind of planning this out for a while, and I wanted to go ahead and get the trailer fixed up first. So we've got the new axles put on the trailer. That's behind me there. We've got the new brake axles on, and we're ready to roll. So I was waiting on the trailer to be finished up, and Joe, the guy that owns the shaper, he agreed. He's like, hey, whenever you're ready to come and get it, it'll be here, and come and get it when you're ready. So that's what we're doing today. It's a Monday morning early, and we're headed up there, and be up there probably around 1 o'clock to pick it up. Pretty excited about it. So I did have a friend of mine, Neil Tyson. He lives in Huntsville, and he's very knowledgeable on machinery and machinery rebuilding and things like that. He's a retired engineer, and I actually asked Neil if he could go by there and look at the shaper and visually inspect it and give me his thoughts and opinions on the machine. So he did that, and he went by, looked at it, and he shot some pictures of it and texted them to me. And his opinion is that he thinks that from what he could see and the ways, that it looked like it was a pretty good machine. And he got a little bit more information from Joe, being that it was bought from a high school, and before that it was owned by the government. So in his opinion, this probably didn't live a very hard life, and that's just a guess. We don't know that to be certain, but since it was in a school, it probably didn't have a very severe life, in a production environment. And when it was owned by the government, it probably wasn't in a production environment either. So we're hoping that maybe it's got kind of minimal wear for its life, for its age, and that this is going to be in good working condition. So I'm really excited about it. It is a box table shaper. My G&E shaper is a universal table, so it's got the the pivoting table on it that swivels and pivots. This shaper is a box table, so it does not move. It's just a square table, and you can slide the vise on it, anywhere you want, or you can clamp work pieces to either side of the table if you want as well. But so I'm hoping that I can get some footage of the loadout, and you know, of course, I got my handheld, and I'll give you some video once we get there. Okay, so really excited about it, and let's go pick this thing up. So we'll be there in just a couple of minutes. And Neil, my friend Neil, said that he's going to meet us there too and help with the loadout. So hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit of video of this and share the experience with you guys also. All right, I think I see it. There it is. Yeah.
Alright, back here.
Okay. All right, here we are. This is the new machine. This is the new shaper. So what we're looking at is a 25-inch Smith & Mills. This is the box table. It is not the universal table. As we said, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. I think it's been sitting up for quite some time. Looks like maybe they coated it down with some oil or some kind of cosmoline or rust inhibitor. It just needs a good cleaning, really. But it looks like it's in good shape. It's been painted a time or two. Real excited to get it home and get it wired up and see how it runs. Supposedly it ran good before it was taken out of service. All right, well, these guys here, they're going to give me a hand. They got that forklift. We're going to see if that guy will handle it and get it picked up and start getting it loaded up on the trailer there. Looks like it just might do it.
I got some reviews. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, unless he turns them over.
He leans it forward and puts a little bit down. He can get out from under. Tilt forward and let it get the pressure on.
All right, stop, so you can lean it forward a little bit. Turn those boards the other way. And he's not
Not gonna clear?
We're not going to clear the fender.
Okay.
Better now. Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
Now we'll find out how good that forklift is. Tilt back some more. He's sliding that front one. Oh, it stopped. It stopped. It's okay.
I think we need to do that one more time to get a little more to get it in the center of the trailer.
Yeah, if we can go a little more. You can also try to, we can put a board there on the forks and see if we can just kind of shove it over.
You want to just try to pick up this side, this end, and slide that board over?
There you go, right there. Perfect. Yep. I'm gonna screw some 2x around it to keep it centered on the deck there. The little forklift did it.
That'll help some. When something that big gets ready to move.
Hope it stays snug.
You screws and nails won't hold it.
I think we got her strapped down, chained down, and ready to hit the road. I had Neil, he's on his way out there. He stopped and given me a hand. So I've got a chain pulling it from the back, and then we've got another chain pulling it forward, and then we've got a strap pulling each direction, and then one more strap over the top. I think it should be good. I'm gonna go down the road a little ways, and then I'll get out and we'll check everything and make sure that we're still good to go. Make sure all of our straps are still taut. All of our chains are tight. But I'm definitely gonna take it easy on the way back. Let everybody pass me. So let's do it. Let's head back to Florida. All right, we've gone about 70 miles now, so I just want to check everything, making sure that it's still good and tight. We've gone from Owen Crossroads And we're at Dodge City now. Had a pretty big truck stop here. Petro. Okay. Everything's looking good. Oil's splashing up out of the sump there. I didn't expect that, but I knew that was going to be an issue once I saw it when we were loading it up. But we're doing good, so we're headed down the road to Jasper, I believe. We're headed towards Jasper. I'm going to meet up with Randy Jones, and we've got another small machine, a smaller machine to get there. Probably going to see a little bit of his shop, his tools, and so anyway, let's go down there and check that place out. Yeah, so we had a really good loadout. It went a lot quicker than what I was expecting it was going to. Luckily, they had the forklift there, and I knew that they had the forklift. We just weren't sure if it was actually going to pick it up to load it on the trailer. We were pretty sure it was, because that's what they used to unload it, but it went well. And all the guys there were real nice and friendly, and everybody just jumped right in there and helped me get it loaded up, and it worked real well. And then thank you, Neil, for coming by and helping me with that. And I appreciate Neil's advice. He's a retired engineer, so he's a very smart man, and I respect his advice when it comes to things like I was asking him about the chains and the straps, and he made recommendations on that. So thank you, Neil, for the help there. And so I just stopped. Everything's still good with the chains and the straps. So we're headed down the road here to Randy Jones' shop. And I've been in communication with Randy Jones for a while. He's been a longtime viewer of mine. And he's got a small machine shop here at his house too. And he's come across a couple things from where he works. He's got a day job, but he's got a machine shop at the house too. So he gets to buy machinery from where he works, because they keep phasing out the older manual machines and old tooling, because they keep pushing in more modern CNC stuff. So he's able to bring some of this older stuff home. Well, they were getting rid of one of the old Bridgeport shaper attachments here recently, and he had called me and asked me was I interested in it, and I told him, yeah, I would love to have that. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna go. I'm gonna get to visit with him, and we're gonna pick that up and get to see his shop, hopefully, and see his machines, and hang out with him for a little bit. So let's get on down there and see his place. All right, we made it down here to Randy's place. This is Randy Jones, and he invited me over here to see his place, and also I'm going to pick up the shaper attachment from him right here. So this is one you picked up from your work, right?
Yes.
Okay. You said they were tossing it out?
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a lot of cleanup with old equipment that it's a shame to see it wasted.
Yeah. Yeah, you said that they're kind of like pushing all the old manual stuff out, and they keep bringing in newer CNC machines.
Yeah, they're trying to modernize and
yeah,
keep up with production. And
yeah,
like I say, it's a shame to see some of these old antique machines that still work, but they're not as efficient as the new ones. And,
right.
It's all about the money, I guess.
Yeah, but there's a lot of us guys out there that still love the old vintage iron, and but he's brought a lot of that stuff home himself. But he called me and asked me would I be interested in this right here. So let's take a look at it. This is a Bridgeport shaping attachment, and I don't think we know really what kind of condition it's in overall. Just other than visual, it looks like it's going to be in good condition, but he hasn't seen it run. But I believe you said that they were getting ready to scrap that thing, and he's like, oh, let me have that thing. I got somebody that wants it. So we'll get it home, we'll do some inspecting and see what we can figure out on that thing. We'll get it mounted up on the do-all mill. I've always wanted one of these things. These are real nice to have for certain jobs. If you've got little say you got a little part that you need to like cut a little internal keyway in, this is a good piece for that, or you need to make some kind of little internal shape. So I'm gonna be excited to to have that. So we'll get it over here on the trailer. By the way, the shaper's done pretty good. I just checked all the straps again and the chains. Everything's good and tight. Randy is pretty remote out here. He is out in the country. I put that sucker in 4-wheel drive. I'm glad I got it because he's got a pretty steep driveway and moving around out here. You can see he's got some dirt and some gravel, but trailer's doing good, truck's doing good, and the haul is doing really good. Maybe we'll get to go see his shop here in just a minute. This is a little shaper that Randy told me about over the phone that he had, and we just walked over here to look at it. We don't know what size it is. I don't know, it looks like maybe 8 to 12 inch possibly. But what's really unique about this shaper right here, I'm trying to get into it so you can see it. He says that this is, he believes that this thing is entirely built by a school, correct?
Trade school, yeah.
A trade school. So what does it say down there?
It has Paul Haynes School, Birmingham, cast into it. And the old timer that gave it to me said that the school actually poured the castings and finished machined the entire machine.
Oh wow, that is really cool. Well, even like the ram here, you know, you can tell this is a cast ram. So if the school made it, maybe they you know, they made all the what am I thinking of, all the forms you know, for all the patterns for the casting. That is pretty neat. Really intricate work there.
And it actually works.
Very cool. They got it. This is just a Bridgeport mill vise that somebody has clamped to it. Pretty neat.
Good boy. That's a good boy, yeah.
This is their new pup, Blue Nose Pit. He is a pretty dog.
Blue, can you shake? Can you shake? Oh, you think I got food, don't you? Sit down. Sit. Sit. There you go. There you go.
He's looking at that camera like, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dog. He's gonna be a good dog for y'all.
It's gonna be a big dog.
Here's an interesting drill that Randy had bought at an auction, and he was just explaining the name of this company and how long ago that it went out of business. So it says made by Dwight Slate Machine Company, Hartford, Connecticut. I know it's hard to see that. I'll have a picture of it. But when did you say that company went out of business?
From all the information I can find, they went out of business in 1919.
That's a long time ago. That's 100 years.
Yeah.
100 years ago. But this is, he said it's not complete. It actually was like a floor model drill press. So it's been taken apart. The other piece has been gone off of it, but this is how he got it. But he's been cleaning it up and said he'd like to find some kind of pedestal that he can mount it onto, and maybe mount a motor behind it. But he's been getting it cleaned up and getting it where he can actually use it. All right, just coming into his shop right here. He's got a real cool shop. We'll go around and check everything out. But just coming in the door here, the Hindi just kind of blows you away. This is a beautiful little shaper right here that he's just kind of. You said you haven't rebuilt it, but you just cleaned it up and you give it a paint job?
Yeah,
Is that what you've
basically
done?
just refurbished.
Done a refurbished job, and he just turned it on. He does have an American rotary phase converter. And listen to how quiet it is. Doesn't even sound like it's running, man.
Mm-mm.
That is super quiet.
No, our grandparents knew how to build things.
Mm-hmm. It's got the power down feed on the head right there. Very cool. He's been building his own tool holder for it right here. He's been copying the, I think it's the number 41.
Yeah.
Yep, the Armstrong number 41. But that is a nice little shaper. What stroke is this?
12 inch.
12-inch stroke. and it is a universal. So you got the rotating table here and the tilting table there. That is nice. Can we see it run?
Sure.
Super sweet, man. I like it. You're gonna be having all the guys looking for Hindi shapers now.
Oh yeah.
That's all right, as long as you're saving them. Just don't let them go to the scrapper. All right, we'll do a little walk around and check out Randy's shop. So we've got a Taft Pierce surface grinder here. You don't see too many of the Taft Pierce machines. That's good stuff though. And then he's got his lathe over here. Is this a is that a Kingston? What is this?
It's an import, really. I think they branded them several different names as they come in.
I've seen this before, and I always want to say Kingston, but I think the Kingstons actually say Kingston on it. Probably a Taiwan made machine.
It's Taiwan. It's not Chinese. It's import.
Okay.
It's a little better quality.
All right, and then behind us there, he's got his big CNC machine. So this is a Matsura.
Yes.
So this is your money maker here.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I'm trying to figure out how you got it in here. Now you got your garage door there.
Yeah. There's a story behind that though. Me and my 82-year-old mother brought that machine in.
Really?
Yes.
She helped you get it in here.
She helped me get it in here.
That's amazing. That's pretty cool. All right, over here he's got, this is, he told me this is his first vertical mill, or is this your first machine in here?
Actually the first machine in here.
Okay. And this is a Beaver, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a Beaver. You show me, here's the tag that come off of it right here. The Beaver. Beaver Pal.
Made in England in the either late 60s or early 70s.
Okay. And he talks very highly of this machine. You got you a big mill vise back there. It looks like an 8-inch.
Yeah, it's a 8-inch curve.
But he, oh, there's another tag for it right there. But he speaks real highly of this machine, says it cuts nice and flat. And he has made a lot of money on this machine right here. And then over here we've got another, now this is a horizontal mill. It's a Powermatic.
It's actually a Burke.
It is a Burke. Okay.
I always thought it was a Cincinnati because it's made in Cincinnati, but it's a Burke Powermatic.
Okay. And what's really interesting about this setup now, this is a piece that he made and put on there, but what he does with this is that this is what he uses to cut oil and grease grooves inside of like bushings and things like that. So he'll set a V-block or something up here, and he's got a big bushing here, and he'll use this end mill because it's hooked to the spindle, and use the Y axis and actually go in there and cut his grease grooves in his parts. That's pretty interesting there. Got his arbor support down there for it. This is another machine that you just don't see a lot of anymore. Seems like, you know, the old Burke machines or the Powermatics. He's got another mill here. This is a Webb. These are pretty popular. I've seen a lot of guys with these. The Champ. These seem to be pretty good mills. How you like this one?
I like it. I just acquired it from my work in some of the downsizing, and it has a little wear on it, but for what I need with it, it should do fine.
Looks like they used it. They used it and they made some money with it. It looks like it has the chrome ways on it.
Yeah, it does.
The hard chrome. All right, moving along. He's got a little rate alarm drill press right here. This is an Inco. So this one would be an import, made in Taiwan. Is this a good drill here?
Oh yes, yes. I'm having to do a little work on it. Had some the machine is good quality. The electronics not necessarily so. So I'm going back with newer.
Okay. Yeah, I can see you're having to do some work on it there.
Better quality switches and stuff.
Okay. He's got a super spacer, and then you got the dividing head over there, Cincinnati. This is an Ericsson super spacer there. And then we showed the old drill press there. You got an old Ideal Arc welding machine there. That's pretty cool. And you got all kind of neat stuff around here. This is a Kalamazoo saw. I heard him say that he got this out of the scrap pile.
Yeah.
They were scrapping it, so he got that. I'm assuming you got it for free then, right?
Yep.
You got it for free, and you got it fixed up and running, huh?
Oh yeah.
Good. I think he said he had to put a motor on it. Looks like it. So we got the motor on it. See another welder back there. Got your cutting torch and all your tools there. So you got a nice little shop down here.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you got another saw right here. I didn't see this one yet. Another Inco machine, vertical bandsaw. And Blue's enjoying hanging out with us down here. But I really love the shaper. Just I think it's sort of the star of the shop right here in the middle. Beautiful. He was telling me that he found this drum right here off an old truck, and he wanted to kind of match it up for his little pedestal grinder there to kind of match the Hindi shaper. So that is the shop, man. I appreciate you letting everybody take a peek.
I appreciate you coming
And
up.
yeah, man, I think we're gonna go outside and load up the little shaper attachment for the mill, and then we're probably gonna head on down the road here in just a little bit. But it's been fun getting to see Randy's shop out here. You got a nice place.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for sharing it with everybody. All right, we got everything loaded up and we are ready to get out of here. So we've got the Bridgeport shaping attachment. Oh, we need to move those blocks over there. We'll do that, and we are strapped down and ready to go. I done checked my straps. We're good. So we're gonna get on out of here. Randy, it's been fun, man. Thanks for sharing the shop again.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, we are heading out of here. Randy is definitely not a flatlander. I'm glad I got the four-wheel drive. It's making this pull through this driveway a lot easier. Well, we made it back home. Everything made it safe and sound. We had no issues coming back other than just a bumpy ride down the interstates, but everything is good. All of our straps stayed nice and tight. Everything stayed good and snug. All of our chains stayed where we want. We got a little bit of an oily mess there. And my phone's going off on me. But we look good. So we are going to, what I'm probably going to do is just back it up here on the concrete. And I'm not going to be taking it off today. It's going to wait a little bit because I'm going to set up like an anchor system back here to where I can tie off and hook a winch to it and be able to drag it off the trailer using some ramps. And I'm probably going to build some new ramps for the trailer first before we take it off there. That was something that I was planning on doing for the trailer because my ramps got bent. I'm going to build some new ones. I'm probably going to build some longer ones for it too. And then when we do that, I'm going to be able to hook those ramps here on this ledge. That's what this, you can see this got bent here, that got bent on the other side because somebody tried to overload and put something on this trailer that was way too heavy for what this was built for. And so anyway, we're going to build some ramps, and then once I do, I'll be able to put those ramps from there across, and we won't have that much of an incline on the ramps there. And my plan is to really kind of strap to it and be able to slowly winch it and pull it off out here onto the concrete and then go into the shop with it. But for today, we're just going to back it up onto the slab. I'm going to put it up on here because I've got to leave first thing in the morning on another road trip, going back down to Lances for some more shop work down there, and we'll have more on that on another video. So let's get her backed up on here. So I had that 2x4 down there as where I kind of wanted to back up to, and I can't, when I'm backing up, I can't tell, I really can't see it go up on that board, but I thought that I was, so yeah, I got to pull up just a touch. And the other thing that I was doing a second ago when I got out and inspected was I was looking to see where the front axle tire height was in relation to the top of the deck, because I'm trying to get an idea on where I can put my fenders at whenever I put those on there. So the way that thing was positioned, you know, at that angle and all the weight on the front axle, what those tires looked even with the top of that deck right there. So that's going to kind of give me some food for thought there whenever I go to build those and when I go to put the new deck on. Actually, I decided to bring it back just a touch more and get the tongue up a little bit higher there, and that'll work there. We'll unload it right there. Out. There we go. I will say, I'm going to give you the update. This is the first load that I've actually got to use the quick loaders. I was trying to remember what they're called. These things are working great. So they do retract on the spool right here. I'm going to show you how it works once you get it unhooked. You'll take it, let's get it up here. See this little, sort of looks like a wing nut right there. Take that, turn it in line, and it just spools itself right back up. Turn the handle back over and lock it in, and you're in business. The web sling protectors are working really good too, and I had this strap over this part of the shaper attachment right here, and I did notice that this particular one, I could tell that it's been rubbing there on that top edge, so I really did need something to pad that strap, but I ran out of these, and I didn't think that this casting was really going to bother that strap. But in hindsight now, this is just something else to learn from. Was just pad everywhere you can, really even on the sides of the trailer around the wood. 95 degrees and it's October. Take the swing protector off. These things are sweet. Love them. I got mine from McMaster Car. Same place I got these from too. So I'm gonna go put all this stuff up.